what's going on, everybody? Had to switch up the microphones, of course, when you do all your testing and then it works before you actually get started. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't want to work. That's what I just had. So I switched and went to Old Faithful, the Fifine K678. This was the very first microphone that was sent over to me as a result of YouTube. So let me jump over and check to make sure our audios are working. So if you're here live on YouTube, let me know in the comments that you can hear me and that you can see me. And hopefully we're in sync. I did have to readjust some audio things, but just let me know that you can hear me and you can see me on YouTube. Also simulcasting on Clubhouse with the link up above for people to come join and watch on YouTube. I'm going to go through, show you the store I have online, kind of walk through some of the things that are there that are available. So if you're interested in any of those products, any questions that you might have, just let me know and I'll be able to answer those for you all in real time. So we have a couple different shots that I have set up on here. I got some new equipment that I'm playing with as well. Sounds good. Audio, video, fine. All right, awesome. I haven't done a live stream in so long, so I'm trying to get all my bearings back here. I was going to monitor my audio, but we'll have that off to the side for now. All right, so I wanted to do a live stream so I can really go through some of the things that I have for sale as a result of receiving a lot of different pieces of gear and equipment, either that I've purchased for myself, for the business, or they've been sent to me from different companies as a result of being here on YouTube. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos and actually watching the videos. That definitely does help with the brands reaching out and wanting to send over equipment for me to either test or try out, and you guys get a chance to, you know, ask questions around this gear. I'll even briefly talk a little bit about what I'm using tonight to live stream, and you guys will see a video come out pretty soon, couple weeks, once it gets edited, about this video as well. But as a result of Amazon and YouTube, I get a lot of tech gear, so it's time to let some of this stuff go. It needs to find a new home. A lot of this stuff has barely been used, and when I say barely been used, I mean barely been used, like unboxed, and that's pretty much it, just to fulfill the obligations of a lot of this is just Amazon, where I just have to do an unboxing. And then on YouTube I test some stuff out, but then I put it right back in the box, and then it just kind of sits there. Actually, just this weekend had to go and put some stuff in storage just so it's out of this space, because I'm in a small revamped bedroom. So this is like a 10 by 12 space that's supposed to be a bedroom, but like it turned into a full-on equipment warehouse essentially. So some of the stuff has to go. So if you guys have specific things that you may be interested in, let me know, because not everything is actually on the site. I have a lot of equipment, tons of microphones specifically, but if there's something that you guys are interested, let me know, and I can talk to those things. I do plan on being here for about an hour, and we can go through a lot in that time frame. So let me see who's here. James is here, Richie's here, Dr. Fashion's here, good to see you. Video Streams is here, Frederick Johnson, what's going on, sir, is here. D Charles is here. Awesome to see you all here on the YouTube live stream. All right, so let me make sure that we're working well over there. All right, so real quick, I'll kind of go through some of the equipment that I'm using right now to do this live stream. And like I said, you guys will see a video on it. Now over, let's see, my cameras are right there, so I have two cameras. Let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can turn this camera and let you all see what we got going on over there. Now it is a little dark over there because I don't have the light turned on. So I'm going to change the ISO on here to let you guys see what we got over there. Alright. I got my slider going here, so I want to make sure that you guys can see it once I get it in position here. Exit. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. So here's how I'm live streaming. So the short version is like I've been looking to go into a 4K infrastructure if possible. That means replacing like video switchers, video cameras to allow for 4K. Now I can already do 4K with our mirrorless cameras like what I have here. Like here, like my Sony cameras already allow for like 4K. So I have the Sony A6400s. This is the Sony A1. So I can already do 4K with my mirrorless cameras, but you guys see a lot of the PTZ cameras here on the channel, and all the PTZ cameras that I own, the ZEGO cameras, the PTZ Optics cameras, I have the BZB Gear PTZ camera up there as well. All those cameras, what's going on, Brenda? All those PTZ cameras are 1080p. So I really want to start to incorporate 4K. Now, in order to use the 4K cameras, then I also need to be able to have like the 4K infrastructure to go along with it. And the 4K infrastructure would require a video switcher that allows for 4K. Now, the current setup that's sitting over there on the other desk is the ATEM Mini switcher. Okay, the ATEM Mini switcher, and I think I can point that over there so y'all can see. That's sitting up there. So that's what I use the majority of the time to record all my different camera angles, 8 different inputs all coming at the same time. Has ISO recording, which is nice, so each individual input can be recorded individually on its own track, but it's limiting to 1080p. So as someone that does these YouTube videos, one of the things that I really would like to do is have 4K videos and just hit record on that ATEM and have 4K quality tracks recorded. So even though I might record my videos here directly in 4K, if I'm trying to get all the different camera angles just to make my life easier for recording, and everything's in sync, I just run everything to the ATEM, hit record, but all those tracks are 1080p. So that's kind of the struggle in getting the 4K as often as I want. So in order to do 4K, obviously looking at 4K video switchers, but the PTZ cameras now, more recently, we've seen PTZ cameras start to introduce 4K PTZs. So the different manufacturers that are out there, they are bringing 4K to the PTZs, better camera sensors, so better low light performance, which is really, really good because PTZs aren't the best low light type of cameras, but with 4K bigger sensors, they're starting to become so. So let me show you what I have over here. I'm going to set this one camera back into preview mode so you can really see. And I want to switch over to this angle here. And what you're looking at are 2 data video PTZ cameras. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, so trying to zoom in a little bit more for it. This is my shorter lens, but these are data video 4K cameras, and these are really nice. So I actually used these for the conference that I was live producing the other week down in, what's going on, Ross? I was using these cameras for live producing the conference Bootstrapping Redefined. And what I really liked about these cameras is the fact it has tally lights on them as well. So when I switch back, you'll see that the green tally light is on that right camera. And that's something that I haven't seen on any other PTZ type of cameras. And that I can also have the live light on the right hand side. Now you won't be able to see it because that camera is not live. It's only live when it's pointed directly at me. but to have a green preview and a red live is really nice for a PTZ camera, especially when you have talent that needs to look at the lens of the camera. Now, in addition to that, these cameras are a lot bigger. They're like a lot more sturdier as well. And the fact that they're 4K resolution, that's just even better. Now, currently I'm streaming to YouTube in, I believe, 1440 resolution. Yeah, 1440. Now I'm using the Wirecast software to do so, and I'm limited in Wirecast. I'm limited twofold in not streaming 4K. But Data Video is the company that makes these PTZ cameras, and they also make a bunch of other equipment for video production. Okay, now that's the camera part of this. The other part, what's going on, Steve? Good to see you. What's the other part is the video switcher here. Now, the video switcher, my overhead cam is up here, but it's not connected. So I'm going to try to reposition this camera so you can see this a little bit better and stay close enough to my microphone at the same time. Now, it's not going to be the best angle shot. I'm going to see if I can get this other shot better. You guys will see videos on this switcher because it is nice for video production. Now, this is not going to be a video switcher for us like stay-at-home content creators. I don't recommend us go out and get it. But if you're doing more video production, like churches or conferences, this thing really made my life a lot easier to produce the video. So let me grab, and I'm going to kind of explain this to you, but we're talking about selling my used gear. So I pinned the link up at the top. I just want to kind of go through what I'm using tonight for the stream for you real quick. So let me move camera 2. Now, you guys know how PTZ cameras work. Pan, tilt, and zoom in. I'm actually controlling one of the cameras right now with the joystick over here. All right, so let me zoom out just a little bit. I wish I had my other camera the other way, but this is the Data Video Showcast 100 4K. And what I'm looking at is essentially a touch panel screen of 4 different inputs that are connected. So right now I have 2 PTZ cameras and 1 Sony a6400 camera, and I have 4 screens. It's divided into 4 screens, and then I also have different preset buttons. I have different menu options, and this whole panel itself is touchscreen. The whole panel here is touchscreen. Now there are some physical buttons across the top and across the side for picture-in-picture and things that you can do that doesn't necessarily require having to switch between cameras. But this thing allows me to pan and tilt with the joystick that's built onto it. So the camera that I'm looking at right now, I can actually come over here, select it. I can set up presets on this thing. So I can do, let's do set up, oh, what's already on that one. So I can do position 1, and then I can move it back over here and then store it and then recall the settings again. So let's do this. So I can do store position 1, and then if I move it over here, I can do store position 2, and then if I just want to recall it, I'm doing all of this just touch panel on the screen. But having the joystick built into this and the ability to pan and tilt and zoom all on this one device makes live streaming with PTZ cameras just a lot easier. I can preview, so I don't have to have an extra preview monitor. Everything, I'm looking at everything in real time with this thing, which is really nice. Let me answer a couple questions here. uh, James says, so it's a big old YOLO Live. Um, not. I guess they could compete a little bit, but this is more so like for production. Like the YOLO box is nice to be mobile and go live from anywhere. Like I still need an internet connection in here, so there is no SIM card or anything. I still need an internet connection to go live. Now the way I'm connected right now is HDMI out into my cam link into the laptop, but you can actually stream directly from this device to, you know, like I'm going YouTube now. I could stream directly from this to YouTube. I just haven't set up all the IP information, all the network information to do so. Quite frankly, I haven't looked at the software part of this. I've just been using it more so like how I use a traditional switcher like the ATEM, and just physical connections and then going from there. But this is a pretty cool device. I'm going to do more videos on it. You guys will see more videos on it in the coming weeks. So I'm trying to convince Data Video to let me keep these. So make sure you just like the videos when they come out, watch the videos so I can get the watch time, and leave a comment on the videos so that I can do more videos to kind of show you this. Not just the switcher, but also these 4K PTZ cameras as well, because the PTZ cameras are priced pretty competitively to the top tier PTZ cameras on the market. And with the tally lights, I just love the fact that this thing has tally lights on it, so I know which camera is actually which one. Let's switch back over here. All right, auto white balance there. But like I said, it'll switch between green and red, so I know which camera is live. Right now I'm using a 12x version of this and a 20x version. So 12x and a 20x version of these PTZ cameras right now. So that's just a little bit about the setup for today. There are 14 of you all here watching on YouTube. So let me go through some of this gear that I have for sale, and the link is pinned up above in the chat here. All right, so if you head out to the website, you'll see a few things here. Now they're not in any particular order, they're just a matter of pretty much like when I updated it or when I last updated the information about it. So if you start up at the top here, let me kind of put myself back on the screen. I have an IO Gear Upstream Pro Video Production Switcher. Now, this was a unique device because it was sent to me for review, but I didn't realize that this device is pretty much for someone that is using an iPad device for their video production. I do a lot more with my computer, or my computer in general, or the YOLO box. But if you use an iPad and you want to produce video production off an iPad, this would be something to check out if you're interested. So I only really use this to do the review video, which is here on the YouTube channel. I remember having this desk, so I did this a long time ago. But it's a 4 input switcher, and it is iPad only. You cannot use this, to my recollection, with an Android tablet. You have to use an iPad for this particular video switcher. So I have that available. This is a wireless stereo Bluetooth headset. So I got this from a company that wanted me to promote it on Amazon. I actually never even got around to doing this one, but this one's available. Aftershokz makes some good stuff. I got these smart home light kits, so it's like a bunch of different lights in this kit. TV lights, the panel bar lights are here, like your traditional light bulbs that you screw in are here, and a couple other things are in here. But it's like a whole smart home kit. Now the reason I'm selling this is because I have another kit already. I use a lot of the Govee products, Govee. So these need to find a new home. Another thing I have on here is mini tripod. So just your traditional tripod that you would just mount or just set on the table. You could even use this as a like a vlog type of tripod if you wanted to. So this is brand new. I literally took it out the box just to take these pictures. Let's scroll down here. I'm gonna try to keep my eye on the chat too. I gotta remember to bring up my YouTube so I keep an eye on the chat. All right, what else we got in here? We have this pocket light. So this is one of those small lights. I have a lot of this stuff is in a box somewhere. Or I literally just took it over to the storage to free up some space today. But this is a little pocket light. This is very similar to switch over here. It's similar to this type of light. It's small like this. It's actually just a little bit thicker than what this is. It works really well. Now this one's like a more expensive version of it, so this is why I want to keep this one. But the other one that I just showed here, it does allow you to have like multiple colors. You can change the colors how you see fit. I believe this one uses an app as well that allows you to change the colors. So that's the pocket light, mini RGB light. This is a USB desktop monitor. I'm gonna actually go and change the price of this thing if I can log into my account, because it's more a very beginner microphone. It's not the best by any means. And now that I've gotten a whole bunch of more microphones in since this one was sent over to me, this one can kind of go. Now I would say, like, if you have like a kid that's getting started wanting to learn how to do, audio or just something, to even use as a prop, it's definitely not the best microphone. It works, it's just not one that I would like recommend that make it your best microphone in your production. Let me see, where is it at? I just saw it. Not that one. Scroll down here. I know I just saw it. Phatek. Where is it? I guess I have to search for it by name. Okay, there we go. All right, so I just updated the price on that. Let me see, it reflects here. There you go, bam, $1. This was sent over. I just wasn't impressed. So it needs a new home, but everything's in there. Let's see what else we got here. PTZ camera here. This is the 12X. So I'm selling my PTZ Optics 12X and my 20X. This one is the 12X SDI model, and I can actually show you that here on screen because it's sitting right here with me. Let's see here. All right. Which one's the 12X? That's the USB. This one is the 12X. All right. So these two right here, these are the Zegos. So I have two Zegos. The Zegos you can't even find on Amazon right now. A company sent them over to me. And then I think they did so well as a result of the YouTube video that you can't even get these on Amazon anymore. So this is the PTZ Optics 12X SDI. This was the first one I had bought. If anybody watches the YouTube channel Live Streaming Pros, I actually bought this from them a couple years ago. This is PTZ Optics makes some of the better cameras quality wise. So if you're looking for a good camera, PTZ camera, I would recommend them. The customer support is really good too. I have not updated the firmware on this one in quite some time, so I would recommend updating the firmware if you decide to purchase it. But SDI connection for your long range SDI. I got this PTZ camera. Let me zoom in over here. Look at this. So I can zoom in. Just controlling it with the joystick here. All right, let's do that. Now I can set it back on the table and go through this. All right, so got your SDI port on the back. You have your power connection here. HDMI is typically how I connect these with the HDMI port. Ethernet connection as well. And then up at the top, daisy chain cable in and out. So you can daisy chain multiple PTZ Optics cameras together. You can daisy chain multiple PTZ together in general. This is the PTZ Optics 12X model, so 12X optical zoom model here. And then I also have, it's on the site, the 20X version as well. The 20X that I have is a USB version, so you can actually connect it via USB. Let's see here. Let's jump over back onto the site. This is the Edelchrome 10.1 inch monitor. So I have quite a few of these little monitors now, so I just don't have a use for all of them. So this is a 10.1 inch version of it. And where's my Wirecast screen at? Okay. Also have some more small stuff here. This is one of those magnetic chargers. This was sent over from SyncWire. SyncWire actually sent me a lot of different cables, and so obviously it's kind of hard to sell cables, but this is one of the chargers that they sent over that I did a review for on Amazon. This is one of the drones, one of the many drones that have been sent to me from Holystone. This is the HS-110D. Now, this is what I would call a beginner drone. This isn't a professional quality drone. This is a beginner drone. So if you're getting started with learning how to fly a drone, this would be that level of drone. This is a 1080p. It comes with like these propeller guards. I don't even think I actually flew this one in the air. It was just more an unboxing. This is what they asked for, an unboxing on this one. But this is a HS-110D, which is a 1080p drone. Then I have some Fifine microphones. Fifine actually reached out to me, so you may see me review some of their newer microphones during Amazon Prime days. I actually need to reach back out to them and respond to the email they sent, because they have some new microphones available in the marketplace. But these are two that I had from Amazon Live when we partnered to do an Amazon Live last year or the year before. Man, kind of wild how long I've been doing Amazon Live now. Let me put the Amazon Live link in the chat for anybody that's not following me there, because Amazon Live, you'll definitely see me on Amazon during the holiday shopping season. So we have, that's the Black K669B. Then I also have like this rose colored version. So this is a beginner microphone. This is definitely a microphone that will sound a lot better if you're just using your computer audio microphone, built-in microphone. It'll be a lot better than using like a headset. Like I have my wired Apple headset. This would be a lot better sounding quality than that. I don't have these close by to give you audio tests, but if there's something you're interested in, but maybe you have questions, you can obviously send them here while we're live streaming, or before you decide to purchase it, just let me know and I'll grab it out the box and sound check it for you and everything. Now that won't happen today, but I will do that for you. My main goal is to have a lot of this equipment find new homes because it's just collecting dust right now. Let's see what else we got here. I'm trying to just keep an eye on comments as well. These are the Raycom wireless security cameras. I believe I have 3 of these. Yeah, 3 of these are available. They have a little antenna, so I did an Amazon review for these. So these are like metal. These are like outdoor cameras. Another drone. This is the Cadrone 4K. This is a very small drone. Literally, I can fit it in the palm of my hand. I got this off of a Indiegogo promotion, and it has this GPS auto follow. This drone is tiny. Let's see what else we got here. This is a HuddleCam controller. So if you are new to the PTZ camera world, then this is a HuddleCam controller. Now this isn't the actual picture. This is just a screen grab picture I found online. The actual controller, I do have it in this closet right here. Does have a little wear and tear on it. Forgot I had the mute button right on the front of this microphone. But this is the HuddleCam controller. I have multiple controllers. So this is a serial based controller. This is not an IP based controller. So for those that are setting up PTZ cameras in an IP based environment, this would not be the controller you'd want to get. You'd want to more so use this just for your serial connections. This is an older generation model. Thus, the newer generations have the ability to connect via IP. What's going on, Gerald? Good to see you here. This is the OBS Bot Tiny PTZ webcam, one of my more favorite webcams. Now, obviously, I have all these other types of cameras, PTZs and mirrorless and things of that nature. But if I was looking at PTZ cameras, the OBS Bot would be one of the ones I would lean towards. I actually had the large version of this thing too, and I could take it to outdoor events because it had AI tracking and it actually had a built-in SIM card. This is just a smaller version, so this is actually it sitting on top of this specific laptop right here, and it has AI tracking where you can actually use hand gestures. Like if you do L with your hand, it'll zoom out and it'll zoom in, and if you're walking back and forth, you can actually have it follow you back and forth and sitting down. So great for like smaller environments like what I'm doing right now. So the camera could be set in a little bit distance away, I could get up, walk around, it would actually follow me around the room. And for the price point for a webcam, it's pretty good. USB-C connection in the back, and that's all you need directly into your computer. What else is out here? I got this gaming mouse pad. So this is like an RGB mouse pad that actually lights up. It's USB connected, and if you're a gamer or just like some colors, then RGB mouse pad there. Zell Sound. This is just a microphone arm. This does not include the actual microphone, just an arm. and accessories. I believe this is actually still new in the box. I never even took it out the box. That's why I don't have a picture of the actual unit, but that's just the stand. Let me get through this row and I'll look for questions. This is a smart lock from Geek Smart. Finger keyless entry, brand new in the box, never took it out. That's why I don't have a picture for that one. And this is a 5-port gigabit PoE switch. So the cameras that I like to use for live streaming, these PoE or these PTZ cameras, some of those are PoE enabled, so power over Ethernet, where you don't actually need the power cable on the camera. You just plug it in with the Ethernet connection from your internet and you can power it that way. So it's one less cable that you would actually need. Let's see here. Let me go back to the main screen and let me come back on full screen and then we'll jump into some more questions. Let me check Clubhouse real quick, make sure there's nothing over there. Okay. What's up, Fitz? We are over on YouTube, link up above, live streaming over here, showing off this equipment that I got for sale that needs to find a new home. All right, let me jump into YouTube comments. DBLG65, not sure if someone asked already, what type of mic stand, boom, and mic holder is that above your head? So all the equipment that I'm using is in the video description. The boom arm itself, that's an Amazon Basics. I didn't actually add that one in there because it's like a really generic boom arm. Let me see, I can probably find it in my Amazon cart here. Let's see, orders. The only reason I'm not live streaming all this equipment on Amazon is because I'm selling my own equipment today. So let's see, stand, mic, let's see, boom arm, mic, I don't even see it, mic arm, let's see, Amazon microphone boom arm. Okay, here it is. So let's do screen share. All right, so this is all the boom arm is, just the Amazon Basics adjustable boom arm. And then the microphone above, I'm not using the microphone above because I was having an issue routing my audio, but the microphone above is the Sennheiser MKH50, and I have a link to that already here in the description section of this video, along with the PTZ cameras, the switcher. I also have the 7-inch data video monitor. It's actually in the box, but I'm not using it right now. The Rodecaster's here, and then I got my slider. I actually turned the slider off so I could show you all the cameras pointed that way. But let me show the slider real quick here. Zoom out on camera 2. Okay. Well, the slider is actually hidden over there. It's in the corner. So slider's over here in the corner. But this is how I get a lot of my B-roll stuff. And the slider comes with an app. You can use the app. I never use the app. I use the same basic functionality on the slider, like the basic function on it. I just need to go from point A to point B. I can set the time, how long it takes for the slide to happen. But in most cases, I just leave it as default. So the nice pan action for those of us that don't have a steady hand, the nice pan action does all the heavy lifting. Alright, so that is the slider. You can see I'm using Wirecast. I'm using this microphone right now. Alright, let's jump back into what I have here on the site. And where did my page go? Right here. Alright. And there and here. Where's my cursor? Where's my cursor? Where's my cursor? Alright. Next up, next row. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay. Another light. So very similar to the light that I showed earlier. This is another light similar to this light. So very similar concept, if you will. So this has just turn on. Woo! Bright. Let me turn this down. But RGB color, so all the colors of the spectrum we can change. So most of the time you guys see light behind me, then I'm just using this and I just kind of put it behind me out of frame, so all you see is like the light. You don't actually see the box itself. So that's similar to this light that I have available. And let's see what else we got here. Caden Jackson, what's going on, young man? Headphones. Finally got some headphones here. These are the Trailab Z2 wireless headphones. These were sent over for Amazon review. So I literally unboxed them. I have no idea what they sound like, but Trailabs, I see them live streaming a lot on Amazon. These are brand new, just unboxed. That's pretty much it. And then there's some other ones. These are wireless earbuds. Same thing here. These are real small, like sport earbuds. Just unboxed. Never actually used them. And jump back over here. Sigma lenses. So this is a 30mm f1.4 lens. Now the lens I have on the slider right now, this is a 18-50. The 30mm, oh, the 30mm actually on here. I think my 30mm is sitting on here right now. Yeah, the 30mm is this one right here. So the one I'm selling is the one that's on this camera body right now. So if you've seen some of the Instagram pictures I more recently took, like the last 4, I used this camera and this lens combo. So you can judge for yourself the quality of the lens because it's on this camera. So I'm actually going to sell that 30mm lens. It also does have a UV ring on it already. So if you're taking pictures out in sun, you're not going to get that ugly glare off of it. So that is already included. All right, let's go back. Then we got another PTZ controller. Now this is an IP-based controller. This one I did do a YouTube video about, so you can check that out. But this is an IP-based controller for your PTZ cameras. I actually like this one too. I actually don't want to sell it, but I just have no need for like 4 PTZ controllers. So that's why this one will find a new home. So this one's brand new, open box. Just did the YouTube video on it. That was it. Next up, we got the Rode PSA-1 Studio boom arm. This was the very first boom arm that I ever had. So you just mount it on your desk, you just clamp it on your desk like so, and then you can mount any microphone onto it. I used to have the what was that mic called? Oh gee, what was that mic called? I actually like, oh, the Rode NT USB. Rode NT USB I used to have on that. Next up here we got the Perseul 30X SDI camera. So this is a Another PTZ camera, however, this has a 30x zoom on it. Now, if I wasn't looking to upgrade to 4K infrastructures, I wouldn't sell this camera, but this is a 30x, and that's why I don't really want to sell it. But I was gonna find a new home. So gray model Persul 30x. Next up, it's the Feiyutech gimbal. If you saw me on Amazon Live, I spent like an hour trying to actually work this thing because I didn't feel like reading the instructions. But then once I figured it out, then it was easy to use because I think the instructions were backwards. I'm blaming it on the instructions. But I actually never used this. I thought I was actually going to use this gimbal, and I've listed it for sale a couple times, and then every time I do, I find myself taking it back down. But if someone just goes ahead and makes that decision for me, I don't have to keep going back and forth on this. But this is not a smartphone gimbal. This is a camera gimbal. So just for clarifications, I don't want you getting stuff just to be getting it. Then I have a bunch of projectors that were sent over to me. This is the better of all the projectors. This is a smart projector, 5G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. So this one, I have new open box because I was actually still going to review it, but the box is not open as of right now because I haven't reviewed it. And then I have these MVV projectors. These are small projectors. Not the best quality, so you definitely want to make sure that you have a screen. Like I wouldn't use these two next ones, these MVV. I wouldn't just use these on a blank wall. I would definitely encourage you to have a screen so you can actually see the colors better. Now the other one, the smart projector, that one's much better quality overall. What else we have here? I think I showed the light kit. I don't know why I have two on here. I gotta go in and fix that. Let me double check. Yeah, I need to fix that. Let me see. I think I had marked it down. That's what I did. Let's see. Catalog. Let's mark that down. Okay. Alright. So that should be updated. Let's see. Let's go back down. Alright. ZEGO cameras. So the ZEGO cameras are literally right in front of me. And I'm selling these as a pair. So let's do that angle right there. So I have, yeah. So this is the pair right here. ZEGO cameras. Now all these PTZ cameras pretty much look the same because a lot of them are built in the same manufacturer plant. So these are the gray SDI connections on the back, HDMI connections on the back as well. You have your serial inputs, so RS-232 input output power. These are PoE, so you can power these over the Ethernet with your with an Ethernet switch. And then these two have the covers, and remote comes included as well with the camera, so you can actually control multiple cameras with one remote, which is nice. So if you decide, okay, you don't want the controller, but you're fine with just doing a remote, you can actually just do everything with the remote. Now the controller makes your life a lot more proficient and easier because the remote sometimes can be jerky with the left and right, and joystick is just a lot easier to control, like so. Nice slow pan movements without all the herky jerky of it. So those are the ZEGO cameras, selling those as a set for someone to enjoy. I actually use these at a conference. I use these two times at two different conferences, and that's about all the use they got out of it. So again, with the PTZ cameras that I'm showing y'all tonight, those are the ones that I kind of want to migrate to. All right, what else we have on this site? I got a lot of gear, y'all. A lot of gear. This stuff needs new homes. Here's another PTZ camera. This is the 20X USB version. I will probably cry when this one goes because this was the second PTZ camera that I bought, and the reason I really like this PTZ is because that USB port can literally just plug directly into your computer without any capture cards. So when you're using these cameras that have HDMI outputs, you still have to use some type of capture card so your computer recognizes it. But this one is USB, so you can just use a USB cable directly from the camera directly into your computer, and it sees it as a webcam. Any webcam that you plug USB directly into your computer, that's how this camera is recognized. So you can have a really nice PTZ camera and not have to worry about any extra equipment, unlike the rest of the cameras that I have here. So that's the 20X Gen 2. What else I have? Here's a if you have a DJI Mini 3 Pro drone, I actually had bought this case here for my drone, and then another company sent me another case, and I just prefer the other case more than this case because I have a couple extra slots in the other case. Now, the reason I bought this one because I have the whole red and black theme going on for the business when it comes to the video production, so I wanted to keep this, but the other one just has extra slots. So the far left is where the drone would go, the right is where that RC controller would go. So if you're familiar with the DJI Mini 3 Pro, you know what I'm talking about. That controller goes there. The top middle is for your batteries. Top right is for your extra propeller blades. And I can't remember what the top left is for, but it's a really thin slot up there. So this is available. Like, I never actually used it because I did a review on Amazon after I bought it, put my drone in it, and then another company saw that video and then they sent me another case. So it's amazing how Amazon works, because the company will see that you did a video about something similar or a competing product and then reach out to you to see if you can do a video about their product. So that's why that's there. This is a live video switcher OSE Tube Mini HDMI switcher. This is a 4-port HDMI switcher, so it looks very similar to the ATEM Mini. Now, this is not the best build quality. So if you're like a hardcore live streamer, like you're like me, like super techie, you probably won't want this one. This is more like entry level, where you now have like 2 cameras, and you need like a video switcher. Now, what I do like about this one over the ATEM is the fact that this one has a input or a program out and a preview out, which the ATEM Mini, this 4-port ATEM Mini version, doesn't have that. It only has an HDMI out. So having the program out and a preview out is really nice. It has 2 mic inputs and then an audio input and audio output. But this was sent over to me for review on Amazon as well. And this actually goes on sale pretty often on Amazon. I've been keeping my eye on it because it's the lowest price 4-port video switcher I found out there. Now, this one, like I said, the build quality is not the best. Like, the buttons on it, like they could be improved, but it definitely does work. It'll get the job done if you're in the market for a video switcher. All right, let me check YouTube comments here. Roz says she wants that projector. Yep, let me re-put the site in here for you guys as well. So everything I'm talking about is on the website right now. So have at it. And I will be probably boxing stuff up and sending it out on Wednesday or Thursday this week. Julio says $12.99 PTZ 20X. Yep, so that is definitely available. Now the Zegos, if you want the pair of Zegos, they're 20x's too. So if you need two cameras, I would say go with the Zegos. Here's why. So Zego set of two for like 1,000, like 500 a piece, really. These are 20x cameras, SDI 20x. It's a pair of two. The reason that I'm selling the PTZ optics separate, the 12x and the 20x, is because the lenses in the 12x and the 20x are different. The lenses in the 20x and the 30x are the same. So if you were to buy the 12x PTZ optics and then buy the 20x PTZ optics, if you put them side by side and you know was looking at a stage or whatever pointing in the same direction, you could see the difference in the color, and that's because the lenses on the 12x and the 20x are different. So there's something to keep in mind if you're, you know, looking to get two cameras. Now that's one thing that I'm going to reach out to Data Video as well to see, because right now you're looking at me on the 12x. I believe that's the 12x. It's far away now. And then this is the 20x, and I'm not sure if the lenses are the same on both. To me, they look like they could be, but I just want to verify on the Data Video how their lenses are. Let's see, what else do we have? We have some audio gear here. We had the Focusrite 2x2. So before I upgraded and got the Rodecaster Pro, I was using this as my audio interface. Oops, let me do this on screen so y'all can see. There we go. Focusrite 2x2. This is the 3rd gen version. So if you have two audio microphones, like you're doing a 2-person podcast or interview, this would be what you would want. If you're just a solo person, you don't need a 2x2, honestly. Let me jump over to the far right as I'm talking about it. Audio wise, this is a Cloud Lifter. This was what I was using for my Shure SM7B and my Shure MV7 to get that extra audio boost, because they're dynamic microphones and they just need extra boost to actually be heard. We also have a PoE switch now, because I talk a lot about PoE cameras. This company reached out and sent me a PoE switch. This is a 16-port switch. They also sent me a 24-port switch, so they sent me 2 of them. Why do I need 2 switches? I don't. So that's why the 16 is available. I'm going to keep the 24. And then more recently, I received these little mini speakers. I just like this picture. I took it with that 30mm lens that I'm selling. So these are little USB speakers, hence the price. They're like tiny little speakers, RGB light speakers. So if you just have a computer that needs a pair of speakers, there you go. Also have the Elgato Wave 3 here. I bought this because it was white and black, and it just quite frankly fit the color scheme of what was going on in here. I was actually going to use it tonight, but the port next to my cam link is in the way, so I couldn't plug it in. But this is the Elgato Wave 3, their newest version in the black and white color scheme. And we have HDMI capture card here. So if you're using a PTZ camera, HDMI, or you're using like a mirrorless camera, HDMI, you need that capture card so your computer actually recognizes the camera. So I have one of those available. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to sell both sets of these, but I need to keep one set so I can actually just do this video. Hollyland is doing an awesome giveaway for content creators, so I need at least one set to do the video with. But this is the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro, which is a wireless video transmission system. So if you want to wirelessly bring in your camera to your live production, or send video feed from one place to another place wirelessly through HDMI or SDMI, that's what this is and allows you to do. So the Hollyland folks have sent me one of these devices. I actually had bought a second device just because they're just that good for video, wireless video transmission. And that is available as well here on the website. So I think that's everything that's here now. There's a ton of other equipment. I'm looking at Mayono microphones here. I'm looking at another boom arm stand over here. I'm looking at a wireless intercom system right here. I'm looking at my teleprompter right there. So I still have a lot of gear here that will probably be uploaded on the site over the coming weeks. So definitely I would bookmark the page, check every so often, and see what is up there, because as I continue to get a whole bunch of gear from different manufacturers and brands and resellers, then they need to be put to use somewhere. So that is why I am reselling a lot of the gear, and want to make sure it finds a new home. So with that, if anybody has any questions, let me know in the chat. I'll answer a few questions if there are any. And then again, the link is pinned up above, and in the description section of this video I have a link to everything that I'm using tonight if you're interested, along with other stuff that I just use in general for overall content creation purposes. All right, so I'll give 30 seconds for that. And while I'm allowing you guys to type any last minute things in before we leave, I'm going to post in the chat a link to upcoming workshop that I'll be doing this coming Saturday. This is called Monetizing in the Creator Economy, which is a perfect example of what's happening right now, going live on YouTube and how you get monetized from platforms directly, affiliate marketing as you're growing an audience through these social platforms, brand deals and sponsorships, different platforms that are out there that allow you to monetize just for creating what's called UGC, user generated content, so pictures, videos. We're going to be talking about it on this workshop. It's an intensive workshop, so one of the things that we're going to be really do is go through 2023 and really identify how you should show up in 2023 on social media, which platforms work best for you so that you can monetize that platform. Now, there are a bunch of different platforms out here, but if you're not getting traction on any of the platforms, if you're not monetizing it just by showing up, then we need to have a discussion on Saturday. So check that out. And then I have two different ticket price options. One is the general admission virtual ticket. That VIP ticket that you see is for people that are really serious, especially about YouTube. One of the hurdles of YouTube is the video editing piece of it. So anybody that actually comes and signs up as a VIP, I'm going to have my team edit 2 videos every single month for the entirety of 2023. 2 videos every single month for the entirety of 2023. So all you have to do is hit the record button and then really start to grow on the YouTube platform. So YouTube has been a really awesome platform for me to show up on. When I showed up in 2020, it was just to create videos to help people. It still is. And then shortly into that journey, this company right here, Fifine, this is the very first microphone. 7 months into my YouTube journey, they sent me an email asking if I would talk about their microphone, and it's just snowballed ever since there, where you're looking at me on some pretty nice cameras here with a video switcher here and a whole bunch of other equipment that surrounds me as a result for just showing up on the YouTube platform. So regardless of the industry that you're in, YouTube is a really powerful platform to grow an audience and grow a brand and ultimately grow your business. So that's what that workshop will be on for this upcoming Saturday. So you can click the link there to get signed up and join me there. If you're not able to attend live, obviously you can access the replay for that training. Now, I don't see any questions coming in, so I think that is it for tonight. So make sure that you guys go check out the website, go buy everything up, and I'll get it sent out here this week. with that, enjoy the rest of your evenings, and I will see you guys on the next live stream.